Hello and welcome to Racers Now. It's Christmas Eve. I've got SD with me. There's a whole host of racing to go through. SD thinks that Sedgefield is the best meeting of the day on Boxing Day, but we all know it's Kempton, and their big race is the 2:30, the King George. That's where we're going to go straight in. No niceties this week. SD, hit me with a load of winners in the next 15 to 20 minutes.
Christ on a bike. I think the King George is a race of negatives, isn't it? And you've got to play the negatives when looking at the betting. So look, I wasn't particularly impressed with Allaho and the Clonmel Oil. I certainly wasn't overly impressed with Braveman's game in the Betfair, and I was very, very unimpressed with Shishkin refusing to line up at Ascot. You've got the real whacker who pulled up last time. So they're all coming here with something to prove. And Hewick, Gav Sheehan looks the wager. Look, I'm pretty sure what this horse wants is 3 miles and half decent ground, which it probably will be. And he fell in the Gold Cup, didn't he? But he fell 2 out. I think 3 miles round here is absolutely perfect for him. I cannot believe I'm putting up a former Durham National winner to win the King George. But nonetheless, I am. I think he's the value in the race. I will just say something. If you look at the performances of the horses, Shishkin is almost the form horse. I don't think there's any real juice in his price, given his age and given that he refused last time. So the betting probably has the front 4 too short. I wouldn't back Real Wacker with stolen money. And maybe Hewick a little bit too big. So I would just go small win only on Hewick.
Okay, got it. Yeah, 16 to 1, biggest price on screen there. Bit of blue for it already. Yeah, I can see the angle. You do look at this race, right? Allaho's the most talented horse in this race, but better minds than me wonder if Kempton's the right course for him. And like you just said earlier, Shishkin probably is bringing the best form to this race, but you just don't know whether he's going to stop. So yeah, interesting race for sure. That's the feature of the day at 2:05 on Boxing Day. So that's Monday in normal language. Monday for Boxing Day this year. Off to Market Rasen next then, SD. Yep. 12:05
yes,
Market Rasen.
Deepest Lincolnshire from one extreme to the other. We're in the Randfark Palm Day Nursery Introduction Selling Handicap Hurdle. What a race this is. And they've got this Believe Jack as favourite. Now, I'm sorry, Believe Jack was, yes, a better ground might suit him, but he was last time. He was pulled up the time before. His flat rating relative to his hurdles rating wouldn't really indicate that he's a well-handicapped animal, and I couldn't for the life of me figure why Shetland Tony, who was only being 7 lengths last time, was a runner 3 starts ago in what was a reasonably enough novice hurdle at Stratford. I think the ground will be decent at Market Rasen. Wasn't favourite here. The lad's taking 5 off. I mean 7 or 4. I'd have them the other way around. I wouldn't want to be laying this much over odds against, to be honest. So Shetland Tony,
yeah,
in the selling hurdle at Rasen.
One of the best named horses that will be running on Boxing Day. You'd have thought Shetland Tony. I do like that. Right, that's Shetland Tony at 7 to 4 there. We're rattling on. So we've had a 16 to 1 and a 7 to 4 so far. We do not discriminate on price here at Racers Now, and SD certainly doesn't. We're sticking at Sedgefield, SD, where I think you'll be in attendance on Boxing Day.
I'll be
hopefully onto the 12:50 if I can get the technology to work.
12:15, sir. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Are we on the 12:15? 12:15.
We are. Well, we've just done the 12:15. We've just done the 12:15.
12:15 at Sedgefield. We've just been to Market Rasen, sir.
For Shetland Tony, have we not?
No. That was at Market Rasen. The 12:15 at Sedgefield.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. I'll go back to that. We'll do the 12:50 first. Do the 12:50 first.
Oh, this is a better Boxing Day.
I can't keep up. There's that much racing on. I can't keep up. Right, go on then. 12:15, Sedge.
What price is Treshnish now? Oh, 12.15. Oh, good God, we're back again. Right, I'll do the 12.15. Do not move. Freeze.
Okay.
Was the angler time over 2-1, and I do think he is probably 2.5 miler Coup De Gold these days. El Jefe won very well yesterday at Haydock. So the form's been boosted. Off a rating of 80, he should have a pretty good chance here. I know Imperial Measure is favourite, but ultimately he was well beaten last time. It's a long way to come for the Williamses. Joanna Vivre has a chance, but I just thought, look, a bet to nothing here is throwing 50 quid each way on Coup De Gold.
Right, Coup De Gold, and it's 6-1 there on screen, so you can take that price and run with it.
Yes.
Although bet to nothing is not necessarily a phrase I like to use in this game, because normally when I have a bet to nothing, I get nothing back.
But well, normally when you have a bet, you get nothing back.
Well,
anyway,
on to 12.50. You're a big Facebook fan, so I'm guessing you'll be back in Zuckerberg in the 12.50 at Sedgefield.
I'm a huge Facebook fan, aren't I? No, I will not be. I think the bet of the day here is Treshnish. And that is ridden by Connor Rabbit. Used to be trained by Sue Smith, now with Mike Sowersby. I thought he ran a fairly reasonable race first time up. He just ran out of petrol at Hexham. Now, people may well say, oh, well, he's a better horse at Hexham. He hasn't won anywhere else since 2018 after all, but he is a very well handicapped animal. The handicap has dropped him £3 for that perfectly reasonable run after a break last time at Hexham. He was rated 107 3 runs ago. He's down to 95. The very able Connor Rabbit's on board as well. He's 4 from 5 in Class 5 races. It was a Class 5 last time, but if you say he needed a run, you know, I think off this sort of mark, he should be winning this sort of race. In all honesty,
that's better the day territory, is it, SD?
Like a bat out of hell. Beat the Edge as a chance, but I mean, there was some 12-1 around for Treshnish last night, and I couldn't get on. But 7 is perfectly fair, and I think he'll win.
Yeah, it's now 7, and you've described Treshnish in the 12.50 at Sedgefield as the bet of the day territory. Right, on to the 125 at Sedgefield.
Yeah. I've been quite taken. Again, I didn't think there was much in this race, but I've been quite taken by the way Langton Wold has taken to hurdling on both runs at Sedgefield. And as I say, there's very little in this race. I mean, riding solo might be all right for John Joe, but apart from that, I'm afraid there's very little in it. And any of Langton Wold's last 2 runs would mean he won this. And I can see there's some 11-4 about that. That again is very, very fair.
You like the Langton Wold at 11-4?
Yes, sir.
Good. Right. Final bet for you at Sedgefield is in the 2 o'clock. Another strong fancy, I think you said.
Well, I can just see an angle in on this horse called Palm Beach, ridden by John Dixon, trained by his father, John. He went very short in running last time at Carlisle over 3-1. And palpably, he hasn't stayed the last twice. He's also been running out of the handicap the last twice. So I think under more ideal conditions, on slightly better ground, in a lesser race, this is a Class 4. He's been running in Class 3 and Class 2. You can make a case for Palm Beach under his optimum conditions. I'm more than I think you have to back him win only with there only being 7 runners, unless there are. Denise is going 3 places. What price is Denise? And so are Hills. My God, it's Christmas time, isn't it? What price is a Palm Beach with those bandits?
20-1. 20-1. I'll get it on screen there. It's at the bottom. 20-1 each way. 3 places available with Denise, Leeds Mob, and the other Leeds Mob at William Hill. So yeah, you can have 20 to 1 each way, 3 places, SD. It's on screen, so you can have it.
Perfectly fair, that. Perfectly fair. I could see Palm Beach running, and they might just have a little bit of a punt on that. They're quite true to the Dixons, training Carlisle.
Yep. Okay, well, we're off to Wincanton, I think, now on the running order for the 12:53.
Yeah. Again, you look at the race, and there's a few in there, but poor Puri won a very decent mares novice hurdle yesterday, and Dolly Delightful was only five lengths behind that on hurdling debut. So I think it's fair form, and I think it's probably amongst the best form in the race. There's Party Vibes is probably up or near favourite. I didn't particularly like that one, especially on drying ground. And I just saw Dolly Delightful with that poor Puri form yesterday was a fair bet. I mean, some idiot put it up at 10 to 1 in the paper. You're never going to see that, but 5 is perfectly acceptable for this horse.
Good, very good, nice and concise there. Dolly Delightful again, standout price with those green and yellow and white boys that are listed first on Odds Checker, but we don't like to call out many bookmakers on here, other than Mick Walsh, obviously, and who was the other one? AB Bet. At Aintree, they're our favourites, aren't they, on races now?
Yes.
Onto this 128 at Wincanton. Yep.
Yeah, 128. No.
Yeah, this 128 at Wincanton. This looked a decent enough race. There could be a seasonal based winner in Love Actually. Will we be watching Love Actually?
No. Absolutely not.
No Hubs, No Hoobs.
No,
never heard of it.
No Hubs, No Hoobs, and a very good for this race. This horse can't get left-handed, so they've worked out it needs to go right-handed. Won a very good first race at Exeter first time up. Travel like the winner that day. Just got caught out for fitness. He's gone up a couple of pounds in the weights, but I wouldn't be too concerned at that. Freddie Ginger, who's a very good jockey related to the Tizzards, is taking 5 off. You're running against a horse called Mr. Vango, who hasn't run for a while. Fence's debut, that shouldn't be favourite over No Hubs No Hoobs. I'm not saying Mr. Vango can't win, but No Hubs No Hoobs should be clear favourite here, and I'm more than happy to take the 3 to 1.
Good. There's a few races you've identified today, SD, whereby the horse you think should be favourite currently is not. So we'll be watching the markets on your selection.
But this is because there's Virginia's
you usually follow the right money. So
yeah, I mean they've got these bloody odds compilers, haven't they? I just absolutely they're just straight out of school. They've not got any pubes, and they're just well, they've not a clue. They just think, oh, that horse has a 1 after it. Maybe I am oversimplifying it, but it's not that far from the truth.
Right, have you got any clues in the 203?
I have. Jacamar's an absolute bloody monkey, but he's becoming a very well handicapped monkey, isn't he? He won in February off a mark of 130. His last 4 wins are right-handed, and I think 2.5 miles on half decent ground are his optimum conditions. He's 2 from 4 around Wincanton. Bradley Harris is taking another 5 off. His mark's in freefall. And if he just takes a bit of interest here, I've got plenty of time for him of this sort of mark in this sort of, crap race, to be quite honest. He usually runs in a lot better races than this.
Jacamar, 7 to 1 there at Wincanton in one of their later races. Then I think we're off to Wetherby.
Yes.
Get the right race up first. 2:10 at Wetherby. This won't be the right race for when you first see it, but it will be a
marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. You tell me when you see it.
Away you go.
Yeah, Fostersisland. For Mickey Hammond, Jack Hogan taking a valuable £3.
Crack on.
£3 off, isn't he? So Fostersisland, I thought he ran a good race first time up at Carlisle in a race they started. Basically, A, he wasn't fit, and B, they started racing far too early. And those who started racing on the bottom of the hill at Carlisle were buggered. The handicappers put him down £2. He traded very short again in running that day. He was second in this last year, and if he reproduces his banger run back in March, he'll be winning this all right. I wasn't particularly taken by Santos Blue, you just have wonder if an informant return to form, whether he could run a race. But I'm more than happy to put Fostersisland up at 4-1.
Got it. Fostersisland at 4-1. So give us the best bet of the day, SD.
Treshnish.
Treshnish. That's at Sedgefield. Yeah.
Yes, it's a sunny
Sedgefield. 12.50. 12.50 at Sedgefield. Yes. Currently 7-1. Yeah, currently 7-1. Yeah, hopefully that came across okay. You've had 10 selections there in 16 minutes. It's not bad going to say that you sat in the car somewhere in the north of England.
Well, it's not bad at all, but we've bugger all to do today, haven't we? So we go through the form all morning. I would just say it's tricky to punt at Aintree because it could be sunny, which means they'll take the fences out. Kempton, the supporting card at Kempton, I couldn't find a bet there. I mean, what I will say is it would not surprise. I'm not saying Rhubarb to win, but I could see Rhubarb giving Constitution Hill a race.
Really? Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying he'll win. I'm saying he'll give them a race. They are Rhubarb's optimal conditions. I thought the French also probably win the Feltham, if we're being honest. Didn't have an opinion at all on the first race at Kempton. I just thought there were better punting opportunities out there. I had a quick look at Wolverhampton. That was tricky. Looking at Sedgefield, to be honest. Always a great punting track, Sedgefield.
What do you always say, SD? A 4-1 winner at Sedgefield pays the same as a 4-1 winner at Kempton or Cheltenham.
How true it is. How true it is.
How true it is. Right, well, hopefully you can get some bloody winners on Boxing Day. Hopefully plenty of people watch. And remember, if you comment on any video published in December on Races Now, you will be entered into our ticket competition to win 2 tickets to Cheltenham at the end of January. So, yeah, make sure you enter in that. Good luck with your bets.
And if anyone comments, any winner at Sedgefield, any first person to get a winner at Sedgefield wins a Mick Walsh calendar. What a prize!
Right, on that, we must end it. Mick Walsh calendars and Cheltenham tickets up for grabs on Races Now. Merry Christmas.
Ho, 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 ho.